Rural Fire Service has given tourists 24 hours to leave the state's south coast before conditions are expected to deteriorate again on Saturday. The RFS issued the extraordinary Leave Now warning over an area stretching 250 kilometres from Batemans Bay to the Victorian border. 50,000 residents on the state's south coast are without power, and supermarkets and petrol stations are closed in some areas. Saturday's conditions are predicted to be worse than New Year's Eve. Police opened the Princes Highway northbound briefly to allow those stranded to head home. An evacuation notice has also been issued for Kosciuszko National Park. The RFS has updated the number of properties destroyed. 382 homes have been lost on the New South Wales South Coast since New Year's Eve, and just under 1,300 homes have been destroyed across the state this entire bushfire season. With the bushfire crisis on track to escalate with catastrophic conditions forecast for Saturday, reporter Trudy McIntosh filed this report about the exodus from the South Coast.
Thousands of cars streaming out of the New South Wales South Coast as authorities warn it's not safe to remain here ahead of Saturday. From Batemans Bay in the north right down to the Victorian border, the warning stretches for a coastline of over 250 kilometres. The RFS has issued a warning to tourists to flee the area, with conditions expected to be worse than was experienced on New Year's Eve.
We've simply not done that before, particularly for the southeast coast. And whilst our target is tourists and people that don't need to be there, of course the same message goes to those that feel uncomfortable or don't want to be there who might be residents.
Cars queuing up in Batemans Bay over the Clyde River, trying to get north along the Princes Highway. Fuel supplies running low, with one lady deciding it would be quicker to walk with a jerry can over the bridge. But the mass exodus has been made harder with road closures right up and down the coast. Authorities have been working to clear fallen trees and power lines to make the roads safe. Power outages have also made communication in the area difficult, with phone reception and internet remaining patchy. It's normally such a busy time of year here on the New South Wales South Coast, but now with authorities warning that it's not safe to remain, many of these roads around here that would once be highways turned into one-way roads as people simply try and flee the area.
Let's check in now with Stella Todorovic at the RFS headquarters. Stella, authorities are clearly really concerned about the Saturday conditions, and there's more breaking news this hour about another evacuation.
That's right, Annalise. The Kosciuszko National Park and surrounding resorts, including Thredbo, have been issued with an evacuation notice. Anyone in the area of the park or the nearby resorts has to leave before 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is an essential measure to protect life. This is coming from the Parks and Recreation team. These fires are burning in hard-to-reach areas, Annalise, and it's going to be almost impossible to contain them before those worsening conditions on Saturday. We're going to see temperatures soar and those erratic winds come back. Rob Rogers, the Deputy Commissioner here at the RFS, says that it doesn't matter how many crews are on the ground and the resources that are put into fighting these fires, trying to contain them is not going to work before Saturday. However, backburning operations are underway where possible in a bid to protect as much property before Saturday.
Our focus, police and transport, has been very much on getting those roads open. There was backburning done overnight on the Princes Highway south of Nowra to try and just secure some of these areas because by backburning is the only way we can do that, is just remove the fuel from around the roads. So we're doing a lot of that work. Problem trees are being brought down. So look, it's a big focus. I mean, realistically, it's about roads, power and fuel.
Annalise, this morning the RFS confirmed 382 homes have been lost on the south coast since New Year's Eve. This number is expected to rise, and there are fears that the conditions this weekend will see this devastation become even more widespread. And just to recap that evacuation notice, an evacuation order is applied to all of Kosciuszko National Park and resorts, all places located within the park. Starting right now, all people located in Kosciuszko National Park must exit before 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is an urgent notice in a bid to protect life, Annalise, as this bushfire emergency grips the state.
Stella Todorovic, thank you. We'll check in with you again soon. Now, Dennis Price, who's the co-owner of Uncle Joe's Cafe in Batemans Bay, says tourists are attempting to leave the town as supplies run low in the area.
Obviously, it has been severe, not just for us, for everybody affected. Most stores are still closed. The 6 days between Christmas and New Year is our best trading period, and we see that trading period heading out over the bridge, going home as they should. So, fortunately, when the power came back on earlier this morning, fuel became available, and hence the big exodus. And then other than that was power and mobile phone reception where people couldn't get in touch with their loved ones. But that essence is, with people charging their phones at the moment in the store. I heard via other sources, unconfirmed, that about 17,000 homes were out of power. The shopping centre itself was without power for 2 days. So, yeah, we've lost a lot of product, and some other businesses lost a lot more than us as well. But yeah, all the refrigeration's down, and now we're getting rid of the affected stock on the, The problem is then replacing that stock. That's going to be the key challenge, because we've already heard that we can't get milk and we can't get chicken. So, two of the staples